Now, for the first time, anti-terrorism laws have been used to arrest activists protesting the Keystone XL pipeline in Oklahoma. See, the story all began on December 13th when several activists entered Devon Tower in downtown Oklahoma City to protest Devon Energy, a company involved in natural gas and oil production that includes fracking. Now, two of the activists first locked themselves inside of a revolving door at the entrance of the tower, and two other individuals unfurled the banner from the second floor. Now, the banner had the Mockingjay emblem out on it from the popular Hunger Games books and movies, and a slogan that read, "The odds are never in our favor." So the activists are involved with a group called the Great Plains Tar Sands Resistance, which for months has been conducting nonviolent direct actions against the construction of the Keystone XL pipeline in Oklahoma. But what happened next is what's actually causing the outrage in activism circles. See, after the protesters unfurled the banner, glitter fell from it onto the floor below. And according to one of the activists, a janitor came over to sweep up the glitter. Security didn't have to have the building evacuated, but sometime later, the FBI and a hazmat team were called in to the scene to inspect the substance that had landed on the atrium floor. Now, the two who unfurled the banner were booked into jail for a violation of an Oklahoma felony statute called a terrorism hoax. Now, the statute is intended to prohibit people from willfully faking a terrorist attack. An attorney, Douglas Parr, who's representing the two individuals, told Kevin Gostola at Firedog Lake that it is the first time that any of these statutes in Oklahoma have been used with regard to protest activity. Certainly, protesting the Keystone XL pipeline isn't anything new. In one of the largest actions against the pipeline in 2011, thousands of activists descended upon Washington, D.C. to stand up against it. But this new story seems to shine light on the extent to which the word terrorism and laws against it are abused in this country to silence peaceful protest. Now, just how many military bases does the United States have around the world? Well, the truth is, nobody knows. Some estimates put that number over 1,000, but even the Pentagon won't provide an exact accounting. So now a new project called Empire.is is trying to get some answers by crowdsourcing and using visualizations from tools like Google Maps and Bing. So might we finally be on the road to a definitive answer as to how big our global military footprint is? Joining me now is Josh Bagley, the creator of this new project, as well as the creator of the Drone Plus app. Josh, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit more about this. How does it work?
So it's pretty simple. I'm just trying to map every known U.S. military installation in the world. Trying to do it only through things that are already known, either disclosed through the base structure report by the DoD or by journalists who have uncovered it. And I was really curious about this idea of a military footprint. What does it actually look like? What does it look like from above? And I've gotten a lot of emails from people who've told me about places that are missing because, as you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of places that are missing.
And so, yeah, that's really interesting to me, because you say that you're only working through really what is technically counted here and trying to go through official channels. But how many things have people brought up to you that seem to not be anywhere on the records or on the map visualizations?
I've heard from a few people who have mentioned places that I had certainly never heard of before. You know, a lot of this is a learning process for me, too. It's definitely a research project. There are definitely places that are not in the base structure report. For instance, you know, the CIA site in Mogadishu that Jeremy Scahill uncovered in The Nation a year or two ago. Places like the JSOC operating base in Manda Bay, Kenya. These places that have been reported on in books and articles are not officially acknowledged, but I think should be a part of visualizing this footprint. At the end of the day, it's a data visualization project. So just trying to see in a snapshot what it all looks like from above.
Is it just that, though? I mean, you know, is it really just a project just to make it visual for people? Or in a way, for you, is this also a critique of how large our military footprint is?
I mean, for me, it really is a question. A lot of the projects I make, I try to pose them as questions because I actually am asking myself those questions, too. You know, I was just curious. I have been talking about drones, and I think drones are these receptacles that we project a lot of our anxieties about technology onto, while at the same time they kill people and, you know, accidentally hit wedding parties. But I think that, you know, every drone takes up a physical space in the world, and every drone has to take off from somewhere, right? So where are those places? You know, there was a drone base that was uncovered in Saudi Arabia by Noah Shachtman at Wired. And I think that that should be a part of the same military footprint that is listed in the base structure report.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly all very important, too, if you want to talk about just political interest, too, you know, as to why the government would want to keep some of these bases a secret. You know, it opens up what other countries are cooperating in our counterterrorism operations and, you know, and allowing for things like this to exist. And so, you know, speaking of drones too, so you created the Drone Plus app, and that thing has had a very hard time getting off the ground because it keeps being rejected. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, the latest is that it's still excessively objectionable or crude content has been the latest one. I keep redesigning it. I redesigned it for iOS 7. It looks very nice and works on my phone, but I'm not able to get it to anyone else. So still trying. Hopefully one day they'll accept it.
All right. Well, you gotta come join us here in the HuffPost Live studio in New York, so I can at least look at your phone to see what this drone app looks like. Because I'm definitely upset that I can't download it. Josh, thanks so much for joining us today.